What's going on, y'all? It's y'all boy G, aka G the Sensei. We back at it again with another episode of the G Files, man. And in this episode, we're gonna be discussing the Huntsman and if they are in fact the #1 team in the CDL. And with the Atlanta event coming up soon, within I think it's the next week or this weekend, within the next 2 weeks, for me dropping this video. I think it's very important for us to break down what is really happening and what we can tell from the events we've had so far. So first things first, the top 3 teams that were going into this league were Dallas, in this order too, actually. So it was, I believe it was in the power rankings, it was Atlanta, Dallas, and then Chicago, for just a general census without no biases or whatever. And by the end of the first event, or opening weekend, Dallas lost 2 games in a row, 2 matches. Optic won both of their matches and Atlanta won both of their matches. So and Optic beat Dallas, and they played 3 times since then. So as far as power ranking goes, Dallas is not. They are still considered a top team. They can still win the tournament. They came in second, at the event. So they're definitely still a top team. But as far as points go, they're not necessarily. I don't think they're as high as what everybody else is compared to the amount of games they're able to play. So. So right now Chicago is, just as far as experience in games and matches that have gone down, are the #1 team, in my opinion, not only because they won the last event, but they've played the most matches out of the best teams, so but they will end up going to the Atlanta home series stand, whatever it's called, and we're gonna hopefully get to see them match up against Atlanta FAZE, and I'm super excited for that match. But there has been developments in saying that Chicago broke a gentleman's agreement within the last tournament, and those was brought up by Crim6 and on the other esports channels, whether it was on YouTube or where it was discussed on Twitch with certain pros and stuff like that, where they had extra tactical advantage, where it was GA'd by the players. So it's not an official rule, but it was GA'd by the players to not do a certain thing, which was have more than, I believe, it was either 2 stun or 2 concussion games. I forgot which one, but basically they had too many of one thing, and it could have played a factor in them winning. It could have not. It's hard to tell. It definitely makes a difference from what some of the pros are saying. It definitely makes a difference on the certain map they was playing on. I think it's Archive Caves, or I don't know how to say it, but the cave map played a huge difference, and that could have not necessarily told the story of the match, but of that specific game that they were going up against. So it could have changed the tides of the match, it could have not, but it's still a thing to take in a factor. So when I hear that, I hear basically not that that is a notch against them, but there have been plenty of teams that have broken gentlemen's agreements and are winning the tournament. So it's something that happens, but if they say it was an honest mistake, that's all you can do, what I'm saying, and just show and prove in the next match, because it could have been an honest mistake. I don't know. It could have not been. Just could have been just nah, I'm gonna do this, and some people could have thought they were learning something specific, and things happen. So I'm not excusing that, but I don't think that takes away from them being the best team right now, just because of I feel like the experience that they have on their team and just the raw like skill that they have on their team as well, where any moment any one of those players can turn up on your team, and you look to those players in those moments, you know what I'm saying, to make a play, whether that's Gunless, RCDs, who's been going crazy, or the T2P brothers, you know, Scott and Formal. So, and definitely the new gun is Envoy. You know, he be going crazy. I can't even fake. I was a Smooth hater back when he first came out on Midnight. I was like, yo, he's not even nice like that, but he was doing his thing. So, shouts out to him. But yeah, so I think that until proven otherwise, Chicago is definitely the best team. And if Atlanta beats them in this next match and wins their home series stand tournament thing, then that will be that, and they will be the best team. But it's, for me, it's only between those two right now, Atlanta and Chicago. Dallas is still, I don't know if they're going to this next tournament, but not that they have too many losses, because it's 0-3 versus Chicago right now, but I think that the only way that they can move up in the standings is if they show out and beat Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, and that's so dumb, convincingly, because it's not just that they're losing, you know what I'm saying, 3-2, or, you know, it's going to game 5 and stuff, and round 11, it's, you know, it's 3-0s, you know what I'm saying, 3-1s. So it's not like, you know, like the matches are definitely close, but Chicago has consistently beat them. So I don't know what's going on online. I don't be watching that stuff too much, but just from what I've seen in the videos and matches that I've seen against those two, they seem like they have a competitive advantage and just skill advantage in general, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I think Chicago's number one. And I'm saying that as a stand and as an objective viewer, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I like Call of Duty. I've been watching esports for a minute, so I have my biases and stuff like that. But I think it's definitely between Atlanta and Chicago right now. And I can't wait to see what's to come, you know what I'm saying? What's to really come. I still don't get the tournament vibes from these home series yet, but hopefully it gets better soon. I wish all the teams were there all the time. But, you know, I do like the YouTube format of being able to just go back and watch the matches whenever I want to, rather than have this tune in live all the time and go sit through these long intermissions and stuff like that. I like what they're doing with that. I think that's dope. So, yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If y'all did, smash that like button down below for your boy. Subscribe to the channel for more content. This been your boy G. Always keep growing, always keep going. And I'm gone. Peace.